Hi, and welcome to Unapologetically Me with Kalila. I like to get ideas for talks on just social media, things that I see, things that pop up. And I recently watched a video in which the phrase, I didn't ask to be here, when it comes to being born. And that's one that I remember using as a child. I never asked to be born. You brought me into this world. It's your fault, kind of thing. But as we hopefully evolve and learn, we do understand that we did ask to be here. We came here with an agenda. We chose to be here. We chose our families. We chose the experiences we were going to have to help us become who we need to be, right? Certain experiences guide us to have to step up for ourselves. They guide us to a certain direction. For me, the traumas that I went through guided me on a very health conscious journey, be it from the food, mental health, structural health, because I had hurt my back when I was very young. So I had to learn how to take care of this body from a young age. I had to learn to stand up for myself. I had to learn to be my own advocate because no one was doing it for me. Those were the traumas that I chose to help me become who I needed to be for the agreement that I came down here for. So when I see people saying, I never asked to be born, it's not my fault. And my children, or at least my youngest son, has used that one with me. I never asked to be born. It's like, well, yeah, you kind of did. But we didn't really get into all of that with him anyways. I didn't get into it with him. But it is something to consider. You did ask to be here. You did sign up to have the experiences that you had. We don't always get the right lesson the first time around. And so those experiences will keep coming into our lives. We'll keep attracting that energy until we learn the lesson as we're meant to. So for me, repeating trauma, if you will, was always ending up in relationships with narcissistic men who were going to verbally, emotionally, and sometimes even often physically abuse me in some way, shape, or form. And it was for me to learn how to see my own value, how to recognize my own gut instincts. Because there was a part of me saying, this one's wrong. You shouldn't go off with this person. You shouldn't, be giving your time to this person. But I didn't listen to it. I didn't trust my own gut. And I thought, well, this person's being nice. Why shouldn't I up here, not listening here, right? So it took me a long time to learn to listen here and to go by what feels right and not doubt that, overriding it with this. Because our logical, critical mind will sit there and judge us like, who am I to say that's a bad person? As an example, how is it, I'm not trusting them. What reason have they given me? Kind of thing. And it's a feeling. And if you get that feeling saying, this isn't right, listen to it. But we'll override it. And that's how we end up repeating these situations that we don't want to be in. And so by learning how to listen to our guts, to get out of our minds, if you will, and feel into, does this feel right? Do I feel safe with this person? Do I feel that I can trust them? Does what they're saying resonate with me, or does it make me feel uncomfortable? And if it makes you feel uncomfortable at all, think about it. Don't just override your feelings saying, okay, well, they must be right. I don't know anything. I don't trust myself, blah, 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 and belittle yourself to fit their agenda. You live in your reality. Don't let them come in and mess that up. Don't let them come in and tell you you're not good enough, you're not worthy. I'm the only one who's ever going to treat you right, or I'm the only one who's ever going to love you. No one else is going to want you because you're a piece of shit or whatever, but I'll put up with you. But you got to do X, Y, and Z for me, kind of thing. We need to raise ourselves up. We need to see our own value. And we need to stop blaming others. And especially that saying of, I didn't ask to be born. You asked to be here. You're a part of the whole. You're an important part. There's not one part that's not important. You might think the homeless people out on the street, well, what are they doing? Well, they're reminding us of where we could be if we don't take care of ourselves, if we don't stand up and value ourselves, value our lives a little bit more, we're going to be there too. And I think of them, I mean, I hate to say it, like skin cells though. They came for a reason, but they come off very easily. They don't have long lives. They're just there as a reminder of cleansing, right? Our skin cells die off and cleanse the body so we don't get stagnant and get infections. But they can be upgraded. They can choose to, like, you know what? I don't want to be a skin cell anymore. I want to be a heart cell. I'm going to live in compassion and love and gratitude, and I'm not going to spew out any negativity. I'm going to offer love and guidance to people. I'm going to show up as best I can in love, and I can do that. Or I can be a brain cell, or I can be an eye cell, and just like help people, help the collective see the truth. But we get to choose what we're here for. We just have to be it. There was it was a foreign movie, and I don't remember the name of it, but it had to do with this man who believed himself to be Jesus. And in doing so, he became the healer. He became Jesus, so to speak. He became that. He was able to bring a dead person back to life because he believed he was. And the main line that really struck with me is we become what we believed ourselves to be. So if I believe myself to be a healer, I'll become the healer. If I believe myself to be worthless, I'll be worthless. Whatever my beliefs are is what I am. And that's how other people are going to end up seeing me, because that's what I'm emitting in my energy. So you haven't come here for no reason. You have value. You just don't know it yet. And you have to choose what you want to be. It's that crazy, that simple, and that complex at the same time to wrap our minds around. I still struggle with it. And I intellectually understand it. It makes sense to me intellectually. But on a feeling level, a part of me is still somewhat resistant to it. A part of me still has old trauma that I need to let go of in order to embrace what I intellectually know, so I can feel it in my body. And that's my journey, where I'm at right now. Where are you? Think, love yourself, be at peace. I know that my videos are just little snippets of where I'm at in my healing journey as I'm sharing them with you. But I do hope that you get something from this. I hope it resonates with you. I hope that you start seeing yourself for your true value. No matter where you are in this moment right now, whether you're on the streets or sitting in a mansion, that has nothing to do with who you are inside. You get to choose that. Are you going to be from love and gratitude? Are you going to be from the intellect and helping to open people's eyes? Are you going to be a positive influence or a negative influence? All is necessary. You can't have one without the other. We can't have good without bad. Otherwise, it's just going to be on this plane No excitement, no negativity, just moving along this line. Or we're going to have these really amazing moments of life is so exciting, like when I went ziplining. Oh my God, that was so much fun. I got to do that again. But when I went ziplining, that's like, amazing experience. But then I might have a bad experience. I might fall down and hurt myself. Or my reality is getting bumped into the madrone tree and getting a horrible rash that lasts for weeks. Which, grateful to you're in therapy, it's much quicker now, days instead of weeks. I love it. But anyways, we get to choose. You get to choose. You chose where you're at right now. You chose to believe the beliefs that you have. Even the wrong ones. When people told you you weren't good enough and you bought into it, you chose that. You chose to give them that power over you. You chose that their words told you who you were when they know this much about you. A photograph, a snippet of who you are, yet you let them judge you and tell you your worth. They don't know your worth. They know their worth. And if they're sitting there telling you you're worthless, it's because a part of them feels like they're totally worthless. And they're projecting that onto you. Let them. Let them have their beliefs. You can't stop them from believing whatever they're going to believe. They're going to believe it. Most people think I'm kind of cuckoo, and I'm okay with that. That's been my whole life. People have told me I'm different, crazy, whatever. As a child, my sister told me I was eccentric, which I didn't understand that being a bad thing, because her definition to me was I marched to my own drum. It's like, why would I march to somebody else's drum? That didn't make any sense. It's like, I struggle enough keeping my own beat. Why would I try and dance to somebody else's beat, kind of thing, right? So be you. Know your worth. Don't let somebody else take that from you. Don't let their projections of who they are decide who you are. Have a beautiful day. Thank you for joining me on this video. Please like, subscribe, share. I'm hoping to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year. This is 2025. Today is actually towards the end of the year now, so I've got just a couple of weeks left, or a few weeks left now for this. And thank you. Bye.